In a world where traditions are generally valued and preserved, the North African country of Tunisia seems to be keeping up with its own, that of firing the coach of their football team. Tunisia's Football Federation said on Tuesday that it had fired the manager of its national football team, Faouzi Benzarti, just 3 months after the 74-year-old was appointed to the role. Now, the decision was made after Tunisia suffered a shocking home defeat at the hands of Comoros Island in an African Cup of Nations qualifier match earlier this month. On the 11th of October, Tunisia were defeated 1-0 by the Comoros, making this their first home defeat in a Cup of Nations qualifier since 2010, when Botswana prevailed over Tunisia in a similar Cup of Nations qualifier. Tunisia has won the Africa Cup of Nations only once, in 2004. So who is the sacked coach, Faouzi Benzarti? And for how long has he been coaching Tunisia? Let's take a look. 74-year-old Benzarti took over the role as the coach for a 4th time in September at the start of the 2025 Cup of Nations qualifiers. He had previous stints as Tunisia's coach in 1994, 2010 and 2018. Benzarti is known to have coached some of the top clubs in Tunisia, such as the Etoile SS. Now, during his brief 4th stint, Benzarti oversaw 4 matches in the 2025 Cup of Nations qualifying campaign. Under his leadership, the Tunisian football team won 2 group matches against Madagascar and Gambia. In a subsequent match, after their defeat from the Comoros on the 11th of October, Tunisia drew 1-1 with the Indian Ocean Islanders. But despite that Tunisia continues to remain on top of the Group A table for the Africa Cup of Nations qualification, they have a total of 7 points. Now, this is followed by the Comoros with 6 points, Gambia with 5 points, and Madagascar with just 2 points. However, this is not the first time that Tunisia has fired the coach of its national team. Earlier this year, Tunisia had also sacked Montasser Luichi after they drew 0-0 in a match with Namibia. In January, Kadri had also left his role as the coach of Tunisia following the side's surprise early exit from the Africa Cup of Nations. But does this setback from the Comoros and the firing of Faouzi Benzarti mean that Tunisia's chances of qualifying have become grim? The answer is no. Tunisia still has 2 more matches to play against Gambia and Madagascar next month, and if they finish in the top 2 places in Group A, they still have a chance to secure a record-extending 17th successive appearance in the Cup of Nations finals.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election. Explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.